Once upon a time, in a quaint little town surrounded by lush forests and shimmering lakes, there lived a girl named Leela. The town itself was small, the kind of place where everyone knew one another and every street held a memory. Wooden cottages lined winding paths, their roofs dusted with moss, and flower boxes overflowed with daisies and lavender. Beyond the town stretched a vast forest, ancient and alive, whispering secrets through its towering trees. Crystal clear lakes reflected the sky like polished mirrors, and gentle mist curled above the water each morning like a sleeping dream. Leela had lived in this town all her life, yet she never quite felt like she belonged to it. Not because the town was unkind, but because Leela was different. She had vibrant green hair. It wasn't dyed or painted or magically changed, at least, not in a way Leela remembered. Her hair had been green since the day she was born, soft as silk and bright as spring leaves after rain. It flowed down her back like a waterfall of emerald light, shimmering under the sun and glowing faintly beneath the moon. As a child, Leela's hair fascinated everyone. Visitors would pause to stare, children would point in awe, and elders would whisper stories of ancient forest spirits and forgotten magic. Some said her hair was a blessing. Others thought it was a sign of something strange. Leela's parents, however, never treated her any differently. Her mother used to brush her hair gently each night, humming soft lullabies, while her father would smile and say, "The forest must have lent you a piece of its heart." Growing up, Leela learned to love her hair. To her, it felt like a connection, to the wind, the trees, and the quiet magic of the world. But as she grew older, the whispers changed. Children her age began to look at her differently. Some were curious, others cautious, and a few unkind. They whispered when she passed, laughed behind their hands, and sometimes asked questions that stung more than they meant to. "Why is your hair like that? Is it real? Are you strange?" Leela would smile anyway. She was a cheerful and kind-hearted girl who believed deeply in being herself, no matter what others thought. Though their words sometimes made her chest ache, she refused to let bitterness take root in her heart. She believed kindness was stronger than fear, and understanding stronger than judgment. Every morning, just after sunrise, Leela would leave her home and walk toward the forest. The moment she stepped beneath the tall trees, she felt lighter, as though the forest recognized her and welcomed her back. The forest was no ordinary forest. Its trees stood tall and wise, their bark etched with twisting patterns that looked almost like ancient writing. Sunlight filtered through emerald leaves, painting the forest floor in soft gold. Wildflowers bloomed in quiet corners, their colors richer than any painter could imagine. Streams murmured as they flowed, carrying stories from deep within the woods. Here, Leela felt truly at home. The animals knew her well. Birds would flutter close and sing sweet songs just for her, hopping from branch to branch as if greeting an old friend. Deer watched her with calm eyes from behind tree trunks, unafraid. Squirrels raced playfully around her feet, chattering as though sharing jokes only they understood. Leela often spoke to them, telling them about her day, her thoughts, her dreams. She didn't expect answers, but sometimes, in the rustle of leaves or the tilt of a bird's head, she felt understood. One sunny afternoon, while exploring a new path she had never noticed before, Leela felt a gentle tug in her chest. The path was narrow, winding between thick roots and glowing mushrooms. She hesitated only a moment before following it, guided by curiosity and a quiet sense that she was meant to be there. As she walked deeper into the forest, the air changed. It felt warmer, softer, as though the world itself was holding its breath. Then, faintly, she heard something that made her stop. A cry. It was soft and trembling, filled with sadness. Leela followed the sound, carefully pushing aside branches until she reached a small clearing. There, perched atop a red-spotted mushroom, sat the tiniest being Leela had ever seen. She was a fairy. The fairy had golden hair that shimmered like sunlight, and delicate wings that sparkled faintly as they trembled. Tears streamed down her cheeks as she sobbed quietly, her tiny hands pressed against her face. Leela's heart melted instantly. She knelt beside the mushroom, careful not to startle her. "What's wrong?" Leela asked gently, her voice soft as the breeze. The fairy looked up, startled at first, then relieved. Her eyes were wide and luminous, filled with worry and fear. "I lost my way home," the fairy sniffled. "I was flying with my friends, but a strong wind came out of nowhere. It pushed me far away, and now I can't find them, or my home." Leela felt a warm ache in her chest. She knew what it felt like to feel lost. "Don't worry," Leela said, smiling warmly. "I know this forest very well. I promise, I'll help you find your way home." The fairy blinked, hope flickering in her eyes. "You will?" "Of course," Leela said without hesitation. The fairy wiped her tears and smiled. "Thank you. My name is Faye." "I'm Leela," she replied. "Let's start looking together." As they walked through the forest, something magical unfolded. Faye fluttered beside Leela, her wings casting soft sparkles in the air. Though they were very different, they felt strangely alike. They talked and laughed as if they had known each other forever. Faye told Leela about the fairy world, a hidden realm deep within the forest, invisible to most humans. It was a place filled with glowing flowers, floating lanterns made of fireflies, and rivers that shimmered like liquid starlight. Fairies lived in harmony with the forest, protecting its balance and nurturing its magic. Leela listened in wonder, her imagination painting every detail. In return, Leela told Faye about the town, about her green hair, and how sometimes people didn't understand her. Faye listened carefully, her tiny face serious. "Being different is a gift," Faye said softly. "It just takes time for others to see it." Leela smiled, feeling comforted. They searched for hours, following subtle signs only Faye seemed to recognize, the shimmer of magic in the air, the hum of hidden pathways. At last, they reached a beautiful clearing Leela had never seen before. In the center lay a sparkling pond, its surface glowing softly. Flowers ringed the water, their petals glowing faintly in shades of gold and blue. Faye gasped, her eyes shining with joy. "This is it. This is the entrance to my home." Leela watched in awe as Faye fluttered above the pond. Her wings glowed brighter, and the air shimmered. Slowly, a doorway formed above the water, made of light and magic, opening into a breathtaking world filled with countless fairies. "Thank you, Leela," Faye said, hugging her tightly. "You'll always be welcome in our world." With a final smile, Faye flew through the doorway. It closed behind her in a cascade of golden sparkles. Leela stood there for a long moment, her heart full. When she returned to town, something had changed. People smiled at her. Children waved. Some even complimented her green hair. The kindness she had shown had returned to her, multiplied. From that day on, Leela continued to visit the forest, and sometimes, when the moon was just right, she would follow the hidden path to the clearing and call Faye's name. Her green hair became a symbol of kindness, courage, and the beauty of being different. And so, Leela lived happily, always staying true to herself and spreading kindness wherever she went, bridging two worlds with nothing more than an open heart. Don't forget to like and subscribe our channel.